Today's episode is about identity. Not the one you're born with, but the one you build. Miles breaks down the 4 archetypes he crafted to become Mr. Doak. These aren't just characters. They're tools for leadership, resilience, presence, and performance. If you ever felt like you needed to evolve into your next level, this is how you do it.
Into the rhythm of my intuition. Anything I want, I speak into existence. That's how I'm.
Okay, here we are. We're back. Finding Rhythm, episode 32.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah. I feel like we've had a little bit of a break here, but we're going to get back into it. So let's go.
You've talked about becoming Mr. Doak. Not finding him, but building him. Where did that idea come from?
You know, I don't really know what the exact origin of that idea was, but this even goes back to how I think about setting a goal or vision and then creating the plan and all this. I'm consistently trying to grow into the person that I want to become. And it was probably around 27, 28. I probably pulled it or heard it from something that I was consuming of, you know, having an alter ego like Kobe with the Mamba mentality and things of that nature. And then as well, too, pulling from movies and shows and stuff like that of characteristics of different characters that you like. And I guess that was the seed of the idea of kind of crafting my own character. You know, life is a video game, you know, crafting your own character of someone that you want to become or grow into. And this idea of Mr. Doak, calling it my alter ego, was born. And it has changed and evolved over the time. And it has kind of come and gone. But it is something that I do think about a lot, and something I believe is super effective.
Was there a moment when you realized the person you were wasn't going to get you to where you wanted to go?
Yeah, probably in my mid-20s that I think I had a lot of ambition and things that I wanted to do personally and professionally, but my actions weren't matching that, even the person I wanted to be. And that really flipped when I turned 30, though. Like, that was really the changing moment. Well, actually, we'll probably do another episode on this. Turning pro, like mentally, becoming a professional. This is kind of goes along with this, though, is like, no. Like, you're talking to yourself and saying that you want to do these things and achieve these things, but your actions aren't mapping that. So it's time to change that. How do you do that? Go through that whole process of set a vision for yourself and create the plan, and then go on the mission and grow into that. And that's where this character of Mr. Doak was truly born.
Mr. Doak is broken down into 4 different archetypes. That's right?
Yeah.
So let's start with the first one, the gangster. Who is he to you?
Yeah, like, I don't even know how I got it down to the 4. I think it was kind of based off of like all these different aspects of my life. I think if you look at episodes now, I have it pretty clear, like mind, body, business, and relationships. This is kind of like that, but a little more fun and gamified version of it. So the first one, well, I just love gangsters. I've always loved that character. I immediately think of like a Thomas Shelby from The Soprano, or from Peaky Blinders, or Tony Soprano, or Walter White, or like a Frank Lucas, like that character of they're just like gangsters, like bosses. Like, they have the ambition to build something, and they have the ability to lead and grow and face adversity and kind of be unfazed from challenges and obstacles, and kind of have this confidence and aura that surrounds them. You know, obviously, in kind of that character type, like, they're doing bad shit. Like, I don't want to be doing that. But the aura that they give off and their ability to create what they pursue, that is where that gangster element kind of comes in. And yeah, when I think of that, I just picture like Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders and like his whole character archetype of through that show. And I kind of pull from that. So I'd say the biggest thing is kind of a confident aura, ability to lead, and like no bullshit. Don't mess with me.
When does that side of you need to show up the most?
Yeah, I feel like they're all so blended in together to create the one of Mr. Doak of it. Like you want all elements of it because, you know, you want to be like bold and, you know, have confidence, but like you don't want to be an arrogant asshole, right? Like, so I never think of it as like one taking over. I'm looking at all 4 character archetypes kind of working harmoniously together. But, you know, different elements, building businesses, like that is a core, like kind of gangster element of it, right? It's super hard. You're going to get faced with a lot of rejection. You got to, you know, believe in yourself and have the confidence, the ability to go out and do it and build it. So I would say kind of in that business realm is where that would show up more. But you need the sprinkle of the other things too when you're in that arena.
Can you think of a moment when the gangster took over?
Yeah, I probably can, but no need to note it.
Next up, we have the gentleman. What's his role in your life?
Yeah, like when I think of the gentleman, like I feel like kind of Great Gatsby vibe, or like literally the Guy Ritchie, The Gentleman, the movie and the television series, you know, which is just like proper, you know, proper etiquette, dress well-mannered, treat people correctly, you know, be nice, be kind, be thoughtful. Kind of those elements when I think of a gentleman, but like all in like a 3-piece suit. That's how I kind of think of it. Like, so you're all dialed in from a stylish standpoint as well, but the way that you treat other people is really noticeable. And yeah, so that's kind of that piece of that character.
When do you lean on the gentleman the most?
Again, it's always going to be like a sprinkle, it all mixed in together. But, you know, when you're going out on the town, you know, going on a date with your wife, but as well, everyday interactions too, right? Just like how you treat people if you're at a restaurant or even just, you know, meeting someone at a networking event or something. Like your everyday interaction with people, you want to be kind and generous and thoughtful and, you know, have that gentleman vibe to it.
Was this always natural for you, or did this one take some work and some practice?
Yeah, this one took a lot of work. I think a big turning point is like meeting my wife, Elisa, and, you know, she taught me how to dress well and be proper. And then as well, too, like going out with her family and stuff, going out to nicer places and seeing this other level of, call it society and, you know, just nicer shit. When I think of that, I think there's like this clear before and after picture. Maybe we'll put it in post, but like of me wearing this suit that's like, I'm with Elisa wearing this suit. It's like full boxied, like not tailored at all. Like, and then think of another image where like the suit is like perfectly tailored to my body and, you know, hair and beard and stuff like that. That's like the stark difference from just a straight style standpoint. And, you know, my whole wardrobe is built from Elisa and probably Elisa's mom too. So, yeah, that one, from a style standpoint, that was probably the hardest, you know. But I was always taught to be kind and thoughtful, you know. My mom always gave me props, even when I was a little kid, when, you know, like Mrs. Waters, a kid's mom down the street, would like call my mom and be like, "Wow, this is so nice. He like picked up his dishes and washed them after dinner and stuff." Like little things like that, plant the seed. And how my dad interacts with people too, out and watching him do that for my whole life, and just how people kind of interact with him and how he does too, always from that kind and generous mindset, those elements are pretty natural to me.
Do you feel like the gentleman helps keep the others in check?
Yeah, I think all of them keep each other in check, which is the best part. It's like all of them working together to create the one character of Mr. Doak.
Archetype number 3. Let's bring in the savage. You said this one is core to your drive. Who is the savage and what does he represent for you?
Yeah, when I think of the savage, I think of David Goggins. That's immediately who that goes to. Do you know who David Goggins is?
I don't know.
He's a wild man, or like a Conor McGregor, like relentless work ethic, like almost to your detriment, where it's like you can redline it and push it so hard that like you're in absolute savage mode. Where, you know, the same person that it's 40 degrees out last week, it's like, yeah, let's go on a 5K run, you know? Or you're doing like physical labor work and you could just consistently have high output, or, you know, going to the gym and lifting weights or running on the treadmill or doing the Stairmaster or riding the bike, whatever it is, where it's like this high effort needs to be there. That's when the savage kind of mentality comes to light. So that piece is attached to work ethic, right? When you have like this savage mentality where it's like, no one will outwork me. That's the kind of thought process that goes behind it.
Interesting. Is there a story or a season where the savage was everything, where that mindset carried you?
I feel like when we're in the like core of the pools, like when that's going on, it's like you're dialing into the savage mentality just because you got to push through it. But, you know, every day when I go to the gym too, I'm going to lock into that kind of mind frame where you're kind of blocking out everything else. It's only this that sits in front of you, and you're going to put a lot of effort into it. Probably when I was younger, my whole life was not balanced at all. There was the rhythm was chaos. So I think a lot of these character archetypes, they were like a lot bouncing back and forth, not working harmoniously, which the goal is for all of them to flow in harmoniously.
Have you ever had to pull him back, like when the grind becomes too much?
Yeah, probably. But honestly, I feel like I want more of them.
Now it's time for the 4th archetype, the stoic. Maybe the quietest one, but maybe the most important. Who is he?
Yeah, this one actually had changed over the years, but I like the stoic, like a Marcus Aurelius or a Seneca, old school stoic stuff. It's like pretty much shit's going to happen to you from the outside in, but it's really about how you react to it. It's an internal game, right? So there can be chaos going around you, but you could still be in a calm state as well too. Like, you know, your thoughts will rise and fall, whether they're good or bad. They're not permanent, right? Your quality of your life is the quality of your thoughts type thing. And just this stoic mentality of like, it's expected that shit's going to happen, but it's how you respond to it is what really matters. And that's something that I've really dialed in over the last probably 4 years or so. And that goes into that kind of meditation practice that's really been developed too, and call it the breath work now. And even just the perspective that I have on life, and, you know, things are going to be great and things are going to be bad, but you're still alive. So be thankful for that.
When does he show up? And when do you need him the most?
You need him the most when shit is going bad. Like, that's when you need him the most to be able to handle negative stuff and whether so many things, you know, like sickness or bad business deals and, you know, partners screwing you and just like blah. That's when you need him the most. But it's a daily practice type thing, right? That's how you kind of build that skill. That's with all of these different character things. It's not just, put on the costume when you need it. It's something that you have built into the fabric of kind of who you are. And it's something that you integrate into your life. And then it's always there when the call comes.
Do you feel like he was the hardest to develop?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Like I would say yes. But that's just because when I was younger, I would have probably been like, oh, I was stoic younger. But really what I just did was I just blocked out all feelings and emotion. So I just like eliminated all feelings and emotion. That isn't really like a stoic mentality. That you're going to be feeling things, but it's just how you react to it. So I was really closed off when I was in my younger years. It wasn't until I started meditating that I became like self-aware of emotion. But once I unlocked it, I think it's hard, but it's, again, with practice, it just becomes a piece of you, right? Like now, not much can like truly affect me unless it's like death of a loved one, right? Do I care that much? No.
Interesting. That's actually really good. Yeah. So you've got all four. You've got the gangster, the gentleman, the savage, and the stoic. Do you ever feel them clash, or are they integrated?
I think that they're integrated now. I would probably do clash, honestly. But for the most part, they are integrated too. And it's really now that like this has been years of this kind of thought process of me thinking of this too, where it's like it's not like top of mind for me anymore, but I always do like little reminders, like my AirPods like Bluetooth connection is Mr. Doak, right? Like just a subtle little thing. And I mean, another piece is when I went and got married, I was like, oh, this is like I am now Mr. Doak, right? Like grown into that role of it. Well, reaches a whole other level once you become a father too. So, right. So now it's deepening it anymore. And I continuously, for the most part, are doing things that I set out to do to myself. That is reinforcing this kind of character archetype that I've set out for myself, which through all this, right, it's all fun to like talking about these different characters, but it is setting a vision of who I want to become in 3-5 years and growing into that person consistently forever into the future, right? Like who I am today at 34 is what I envisioned at 30, right? And now I'm doing the things that I want to do to become Mr. Doak at 40.
What does Mr. Doak represent to you now? Now that these archetypes have all fused together to create Mr. Doak.
It's like the truth of it when I hear that, I'm like, I'm never going to reach it, right? Like, because I'm always going to push it, what that means further into the future so I can grow into it, right? But it's someone that does what he says he does, that can build businesses, that is known to be kind and generous and thoughtful, that dresses nice and works really, really hard and is unfazed by small things.
If someone wanted to create their own identity like this, where should they start?
Yeah, I would just be thoughtful of like, who do you want to become, right? Like what type of person do you want to be? That's going to be completely individual for every person. That's the best part about life is it's uniquely yours and you are uniquely you. And then I would say have fun with it and attach actual characters that are out there that you like and aspire to and take little pieces of them and take little pieces over here and little pieces over here and then put together your own character, name it, and then work towards growing into that role.
What's one trap people fall into when they try to reinvent themselves?
Probably trying to do too many things at once. Like, oh, I just need like a full like makeover, right? Like rip out the wardrobe and like do all this and full makeover where, that's one little element of it. You want to build yourself brick by brick, day by day. And it's always going back to kind of like set that goal, make the plan, execute the work. Like that is the thing to do. So I would say that's the biggest mistake, is like just like too much at once. Like it's too drastic. You want to slowly grow into the person that you're trying to become.
I now understand why the Google Drive folder is called Mr. Dope.
Yeah, there you go. There's another one.
There's like subtle reminders of you're Mr. Dope.
Yeah.
And it's like when I first started, I'm like, okay, like I thought he was just using his last name.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And now when we hear this, and I'm like,
Makes sense.
oh.
Yeah,
Makes
see?
more sense.
Yeah, I plug them into like random little weird things. So they're just like little reminders of like, okay, yeah, that's it.
Miles built 4 alter egos to become the man he needed to be. What about you? If you had to name one archetype inside of you, what would it be? Drop it in the comments. Let's start building from the inside out.